So it's, that was great. That was awesome. That was cool. That was fun. That was the high point of this game, wasn't it? It's all downhill from here.
There's a couple other good moments left in the game.
This way to the farm.
At least there's more coffee.
I think
that to look forward to.
Coffee?
I think it belies sort of the spectacle shooters. Not this game, obviously, but the way other spectacle shooters that have really shallow combat mechanics can get away with having those shallow mechanics by having those really awesome set pieces, and that's basically what that was. It was shoot dudes with rock music and explosions, and it's awesome. And somehow that made it bearable versus the rest of walking around shooting guys again.
Stop doing that.
This is as far as I got.
What is go blind doing?
No, that's myth.
Seamus.
Bye-bye, lip. Okay, you know what? Actually,
I like that you were doing that.
I've hit my quota.
I like that you were doing that while looking at your own cardboard cutout.
Well, it is in character for
you know that's how Alan Wake does it. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm saying no more.
What's that, Al?
What?
You know,
I'm Alan Wake.
that's of course how you would open that door.
Right, naturally, you would put the switch way off the ground.
So the Taken can't get it, or I don't know.
So how long do you think the
See,
animation
this should be a
department had to
cool
work
way
on this?
to kill Barry. If I was gonna kill Barry, I would kill him right now because it'd be fucking hilarious.
You know what?
God damn it, Mumbles! I just shot ginger ale at my nose.
You're welcome.
No?
I just imagine like a little pocket of buckshot being blown out of the head of the car cut out.
Yeah.
And Barry just like hits the ground like a slaughtered cow.
Really went all out at this point.
Also, they have a galley.
Look at all this stuff.
Why aren't these guys the protagonist?
I know.
Seriously.
I want to play
Because then
both
it
of them
would be-
ice climber style.
Reality TV.
Because then this would be a God of War
Nice
clone.
springs.
Stop talking about Nintendo gives you nothing.
Hey, remember when I got you that?
Okay.
This is
This is
one
also
of
where
the
Barry mentions
self-referential.
Was this one of your episodes?
that Alan Wake started with Night Spring.
Let's light everything on fire. Let's light the whole town on fire and then eat them all.
So do we want to watch this one or?
No,
No.
let's keep it moving.
Yeah, it's
I
mostly
think
just.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch
They get
anything or read
self-referential.
anything.
Yeah, that one is a bunch of. That
Let's
one
read
is
something
frustrating.
instead.
It's 19.
It
No
was a
reading,
bunch of
I hate
people Were characters in
Get
a
rid of
dream.
the. No.
The headiest
Okay,
ingredient of their moonshine is
A bunch of people were characters in a dream talking about, oh, look at that guy sleeping, he's the one that's dreaming us, and if he wakes up, then we'll all vanish. And I thought they were going to do something interesting with that, and it was like, the end. Here, we set up this situation, and then we'll do nothing with it.
I think they were trying to introduce thematically the idea of. It's the same thing as. The same thing that we've talked about before, where who wrote what? Is Zane the dreamer of Alan Wake,
Right.
or did Alan Wake dream up Zane?
Right.
That ambiguity, and it was just told in a really crappy 5-minute, not even.
Right.
I think the answer is dream is destiny.
Gross.
And it's frustrating because the question posed by the game is so much more interesting than that episode of Night Springs. And I usually like the Night Springs, but that one frustrated me.
Are we gonna ride this boat to our victory?
Yes, please. Can we do it?
We
Unfortunately,
opened
no.
another door. We opened another incredibly impractical door by smashing it. Because every door in this game must be kicked, blown open, smashed, destroyed,
Also
or
taken.
shine a flashlight on.
Take
Famous-
commands.
I don't know
Wait,
how
does-
you open doors. That's how I do it. And for a second there, that
Yeah.
looked like the scout.
You know what? I
It
buy
looked like
that
the
whole-
scout
I
was
totally
gonna
buy
come
that.
and jump down and get
Bonk.
That would make this game way better.
Keiko salmon.
If they had the scout taunts.
Oh man, I'd be into that.
Like they didn't
Like
even
how you
edit
can-
them. It was just the scout.
You can mod Left 4 Dead to do that. It's amazing.
So coming off of Max Payne 3, I kind of wish that Alan now was almost more of a jerk.
What?
Continue.
Yeah.
Well, in the sense that here he's just an obnoxious jerk. It's not really meaningful. He's just a jerk.
I may have walked into lightning.
If he was like this
Like a
really
traditional
abrasive person.
Wow, did that guy kill himself
Right.
by walking into the lightning? I didn't know you could do
like
that.
a traditional
Max
Stephen
Payne.
King.
Yeah.
So are you saying that Max Payne is good because he's a giant jerk? Is that what this is happening right now?
Well, it
I
just has
don't want
more
to digress too
flavor.
much from Max Payne, but Max Payne is, at least the third one, is a lot about dealing with his alcoholism. And it's implied here that Alan Wake had marital problems. Alan Wake drank. Alan Wake reached sort of a crappy point in his career. But aside from mentioning that stuff happened, this game is not about Alan Wake dealing with any of that.
You know, actually,
weird.
honestly, for all the way this deals with, like, supposedly this is supposed to deal with, like, Alan Wake's bad writing and Alan Wake's personal conflicts, we don't really, like, he doesn't have much of a character.
Yeah, and it doesn't even
doesn't
really explain
arc much.
why he wasn't able to write. Like, I kind of figured that would get explained.
Yeah,
But
that there's
it
a story
doesn't.
behind that.
Apparently, he just had a really bad writer's block.
But remember how mad he got about it? Like, she's like, I want you to write again because I love you. And he's like, how dare you? He acted like it was like the Hulk inside of him, like writing would make the Hulk.
And maybe they're foreshadowing Mr. Scratch, but that's all DLC outside of the main story anyway, so what's the point?
You know what, Al? If we make it
Right.
alive, I'm gonna start representing.
DLC is
Yep.
automatically
Stuff online,
invisible.
maybe get a reality show going.
Yep.
Release a new single.
Good luck with that, pal.
Hey, you folks
And
stay out
this
here, okay?
place.
I'm gonna take a closer
Oh,
look at
kick
this
the
stuff.
door open.
Yep.
That's you
This
know what
point you're
that
not even
was? That
trying
was
anymore.
game.
Careful, Al.
That was gameplay right there. Savor it. Savor that flavor.
Flavor
Didn't we
saver.
kind of unanimously agree that we liked this game when there wasn't any gameplay in it? What was that guy, like, lying there for years in the
we said
haystack?
we liked it more when there wasn't any gameplay in it.
Yeah, no one here likes this video game.
Give that a ponder, Josh. Give that a ponder.
I'm good. Keep your eyes open, okay?
Coffee.
Okay, here's an idea. This game's story told with all of the mechanics and approach of the Walking Dead game.
I
Yeah.
Okay.
guess.
Have we,
I
have we
would do
talked
it.
about the Walking Dead game on the show? We've discussed it a
We
little bit.
mentioned it was
mentioned-
good, but, like, only Chris and I had finished it at the time, so...
Okay, Chris or Seamus?
Yeah. I don't want to say more about it. I'm actually seriously, like, if we run low on game, we've got so many games. We've got Skyrim and Mass Effect 3 in front of us, but if we run low at some point, I might actually want to do Walking Dead. That's how much I like it. So I don't want to, like, talk too much more about it.
Did you actually finish it this time?
I don't want to talk about it.
But...
No spoilers. This isn't some kind of spoiler show.
Oh, great, an elevator. Elevators and
Is
us,
this a
we work
Mountain
out pretty
Dew
damn
making
well,
machine?
don't we?
Because it turns green every time you pull the lever.
I have expected you to kick the button.
I wasn't worried about trusting the landlings of two burned out.
Hear me, I am Boot Lord.
They had the goods.
Yeah. Alan gets home.
No, there we
turns on
go.
his computer
Kick
by
the
kicking
gate.
Turns on the TV by kicking it. Like, it knocks the tube out of focus.
He did not need to kick that gate. That was not necessary, Alan Wake.
Alan,
That
I'm
was
sorry.
gameplay.
It's kind of like how, like, when somebody develops a temper problem, like, at first they're only, like, letting themselves blow up when it's justified, but sooner or later they're just, like, looking for excuses. That's Alan's
Yeah.
relationship
Oh,
with kicking
man.
shit. Oh!
What's happening?
We're being attacked by...
We're fighting the Combine. Get him.
Yeah.
Is it? Are we
I
fighting
drove
this
my
big old
tractor
thing?
through your haystack last night.
Hey, Baylor. Yeah, get him. Grind him up. Grind up his bones. Turn them into food.
Come on now, let's get together in perfect harmony.
That was a remarkably anticlimactic fight.
Yeah, I was really expecting that thing to kick it a game over land at
What
least 2 or
the
3 times.
crap, hey Billy? Let's get shit done. Why do these guys suck?
You notice
together,
Josh only
darkness.
Josh only dies to mooks in this game. Have we died to a boss? Oh, we died to the.
I died to the.
He died once.
to the
train.
trailer
Yeah,
when
the
you weren't
bulldozer.
here. The bulldozer, yeah, when you weren't here.
The problem with the bosses isn't the bosses. The problem with the bosses is the mechanics that Alan Wake has at his disposal are so awful and impotent that the bosses have to be also impotent.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta say, I really like the nature facts delivered by an interesting trivia delivered by these bosses in this game.
I'm sure
I
these
know.
people knew this in real life.
Oh.
Did you
so
know there are
Check
only...
this out, there's no door here, so we have to climb up and then jump down.
Did you know there are over 4 Piggly Wigglies in the United States?
What's a Piggly Wiggly?
John Deere lawnmowers
Yeah.
are one of the most trusted brands available worldwide.
So we still haven't opened the silo for Barry. We're still on that.
Also, I really hate games that strobe. They seriously do give me headaches. Like, for real. Like, I have to be careful around strobe lights because I'll get a massive headache. So I hate when video games do that to you. And that's...
Oh man, I'm never taking you
Look-
to a cool old club. Dick club.
No, I ca seriously, I could never
Like
go...
you would take him
I always
to a
joke
club.
about how I love... Yeah, I always
Yeah.
joke about how I love electronic music and like, that sort of music is my thing. But I could never get within 100 miles of it actually being played in its natural habitat.
We should feel right at
It's
home.
okay. You really don't want to
It's-
hang out with a bunch of drugged up kids.
Yeah, I don't think I'd fit in very well,
Valhalla.
40-year-old man.
Come on, one more game. Let's do this thing.
Oh, dude, look, a chainsaw. I bet that won't become relevant.
No,
All
yeah, I think
gods
it's become clear
know
by this
the
point
truth.
that foresting implements are only left lying around and shit when you're about to get hit in the face with them.
You know what you should do? You should pour all the gas out of that chainsaw, prank him, and then he's like, roar! Oh, crap!
That would be awesome.
Take the chain off.
Like throw a
And then
match on the
just stand
ground
there.
and poof.
These guys have a remarkably mundane interior for their house, considering.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this. Look at this wallpaper.
What's the deal with the... Did Kato come leaping out of that fridge? Why is the fridge door off?
Wow, Kato reference. Wow.
What the hell
There's
is
the
a
fuse
Kato?
box. That's a bathroom. Also, they kept
Is that a
coffee
Green
in the
Hornet?
bathroom.
There's so much
makes
coffee in
sense.
this house!
This place looks kind of
There's so much coffee in this house!
the booby hatch.
Join Thor and Odin in our Victorian tea room.
Oh, can you please?
I like how the
please?
light lady snuck into this place and painted the
Yeah.
inside of their house.
Hey, look!
No, she didn't sneak in. They're just like, oh, hey, come in. And she's like, do you mind if I paint cryptic shit on your wall? And they're like, well, it'll only show up when you shine the
No
flashlight
more
on it.
reading.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to read anymore. It's stupid. None of these big idiots. They're stupid. And I hate it. I hate it. Why are we still reading it? Why are we still reading it?
How do
Yeah,
you
yeah,
guys
you
feel
Seamus.
about the pages left behind?
This is
What
one
do you
weird
guys
spot
think
for
of
a
that
fuse
as
box.
a source of exposition mumble?
Oh, that's a very useful. That's actually a very useful method. It allows
Nah.
you to communicate a lot of very dense, very dry, very boring information in a very fluid manner that fits into the gameplay.
We need to find where it's
I
It's
don't
a
want to know
seamless
how to read anymore.
integration.
I don't want to know how to read.
reason we're here.
You know what would have worked better? It sort of implied that the Elder Gods of Asgard or whatever are kind of in league with the Light Lady, and they all work together. It'd probably be more interesting if they actually had like a duality thing where there's this cult of light that's trying to stop the darkness and the dark entity, and I think it's just that lady, and that's it. I mean,
Wait,
Yep.
wait a minute. Riddle me this, crew. Why wasn't the message on the wall visible when you turned the lights on?
Magic.
Is this Jethro Tull?
Yeah, so we came here to listen to this record, which this was the whole reason we had to kill all those Taken, because the old guys couldn't just say this to us
Hey, Al.
at the crazy person home. They had to get us to go to their house and listen to their record. That was the only way they could have communicated this one
trust
cryptic
moonshine. I'm gonna drink all this moonshine by these crazy guys that thought they were Norse gods, and it probably definitely won't kill me or cause me to go blind or anything like that.
Right?
Hey, Tor, you know what adds a kick to moonshine?
I'm gonna stick by
A handful of crushed sleeping pills?
Al.
You read my mind!
God damn it.
Correct.
To Seamus's point, though, in a film, they
Listen to how stupid he sounds.
No, you.
He sounds like a fucking jackass.
in a film.
What?
in a film you would have left the psychiatric ward immediately after escaping that ball, met Barry in the parking lot, told him we've got to go back to the Asgard farm. They go there in a jump cut, maybe have a dialogue sequence in a car on the way there. Get there, maybe have one fight in the stupid stadium, and then get the record. Instead, we had like literally like 2 or 3 hours of gameplay.
Yeah. That is, you know, I was thinking about this today. I finished this game today.
Fade to black. Barry and Alan wake up in a bed together. Sorry, continue.
Barry Allen and the Alan Wake cutout wake up in bed together.
And Alan is spooning his
when
own
did you cut a hole in this cutout?
But
Wait,
The
why
cutout
are you
has
saying
a
the same
cigarette
thing
wedged
again?
down its face. Sorry, continue, Shane.
But that is one of the problems. Like, games, when they want to have intense moments, they throw lots and lots of combat at you. Where in movies, that they don't actually have 20 minutes of combat in a movie or an hour. And so by trying to make it intense, they kill the pacing. And this is a problem that'll,
Check this out.
not just this game.
I'm coming. It's all right.
I'm first person. I'm going this way.
Crazy drunken dream.
Screw you, Alan Wake.
It was
Bye.
not.
Oh,
It was
God
the
damn
truth.
it.
A suppressed memory unearthed
there's a
by the
freaking
Andersons'
wall
moonshine.
there. Oh, wow. It's
I
not
was
even just
there,
gonna wait.
an
It's just gonna
out-of-body
go.
observer. This was the night Alice and I had arrived at Bright Falls. The night Alice
It's
had
sort of a
disappeared.
Dear
I had
Esther
a chance to
experience,
find
this
out
whole
what
little
had
dream
happened.
sequence.
Yeah.
Whatever power had brought me back
didn't
to
play
this
that
night at
game.
the lake
What
was also
happened?
stopping me from leaving.
You walked around an
I had
island
no
and then
choice but
everybody
to see
died
it
at the
through.
end.
To find out
This was actually the turning
I
point
like
of the game
this.
surprised to see
for
the
me.
cat in the dark.
This is when I
Alice would
finally
never turn
started
the
to
lights
care.
off.
This reveal. Now, I kind of already had it spoiled, but even then, I needed to get here and see it for myself, and this is
I remember
where I
thinking,
began,
I caught
after
a
this
glimpse of her
sequence,
form
is where I
underwater,
finally
sinking into
began
the
to care
darkness.
about these characters.
Diving after her was the last
Having
vague
the
memory I
entire
had
story
of that
take
night.
place out of
After
time
that,
and
the next thing I
having
could
no
remember
reason for
waking
what
up
was
behind
happening
the wheel of the
completely
crash car and
killed your
finding
ability to
Yeah.
empathize with Alan
monster.
until this point.
Right. I just did not care about him. I cared about Alice more than I cared about him.
We knew he
He
was
was just
rewriting.
so-
Find her in all that blackness.
We knew he was
Yeah.
rewriting everything, but we didn't know why or to what end or what was influencing him. And this sequence gives you most of that, whereas before it was like, this is dumb. Who wrote it? Alan? That's dumb.
Jagger had Alice, and so
Yeah.
she had me.
And now we finally have something to hang it on, and we finally know what the stakes are. We finally get to the point, this
I've
dark
been easy
presence
prey.
used Alan to write a story. He wanted to write this Cauldron Lake here has the power to creative people can use it to make their creativity come alive.
Alice!
And a writer can use it to make what they want happen. But of course there's a dark presence here and it's corrupted, and she tries to get Alan to bring his wife back through writing, and meanwhile the dark presence is
had
acting
touched
as
me.
his
She
editor
had dug her
and trying to
nails
break
into my
free.
brain and used me.
And so
Made
now
me
we
her
know the
puppet.
stakes. There's this terrible evil, this really dangerous, basically a god in this little lake. And by trying to get
Lovecraftian elder
save
god.
his
Alice!
by trying to save his wife, he was letting the god loose. Now we know the stakes. Now we know why he didn't finish the book. Now we know about these rules that he's been operating under and why he can't just give himself a rocket launcher.
Foolish to think so.
And Now we finally have enough pieces to care about the story, and this is like about 6 hours too late.
Yes, that is the biggest problem.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that. You can't just have people hang around and eventually give them something you care about. In fact, if they're bored or not interested, then even when you do give them something cool, they're gonna reject it. It's gonna be like
if we hadn't been doing spoiler warning, I would have shelved this. It's like right about the time you're catching up with Mott, I was just sick of this game and didn't care anymore.
The story will come true.
But from here on, I liked it a lot better.
They should have tried to keep it more mysterious.
And there is
than
like
tell
a
you
good
so
story
much.
in here.
Because
Yeah.
even if this was a decent reveal and all that shit, like people would have kept playing if they had kind of ideas of what was going on, but didn't quite understand.
I'll fix
And
it.
like had a couple different hints
I'll bring
thrown
her
at
back.
them. That's what keeps people there, even if there's a lot of problems with it.
She saw the camera.
I think they tried that with the manuscripts. It just was completely ineffectual at doing
In the
that.
dark, I'd written for
Right,
days,
it didn't.
a week.
It wasn't.
They told
enough.
too much.
Manuscript of a novel
The problem is
entitled
that they told
Departure.
too much.
Jagger had
They
been
told
my editor,
you just
whispering
enough
in
that
my
you
ear,
understood
making
what
sure
was
that the
going on, the
unfolding
basic
story
of
would
it.
make her more
And what they should have done is
I
not
thought
tell
I
you
was
that
saving
much and
Alice.
just kind of like throw you a couple different hints in different directions.
Even with the cobweb she put in
I
my
would have.
head, some
I would have
part of me had been
introduced
aware
the
enough
Elder
to roughly
God
escape
element
into the
sooner.
story.
Maybe you don't
To
know
bring
how
light
you're
to the
fighting it or
cabin
what
to
you've got to
release me
do,
before I could
but you
finish.
know that's what you're up against, so you don't feel like you're
Yeah.
fighting a kidnapper. You feel like, okay, the stakes are big here and I don't know what's going on. I need to find out. As opposed to you don't even know, like, why am I doing this?
There was about an episode and a half with the kidnapper that by about 10 minutes into the kidnapper plot, you knew it was not really the point of the game.
Yeah.
Right.
There's no
And this is weird.
And there's Mr. Zane.